garage by Two Smooth Cats. It's time for Shootin the Bowl with Drew and Wade. Drew and Wade. Shootin the Bowl with Drew and Wade.
Welcome to another episode of Shootin the Bowl with Drew and Wade. Today,
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I had to do that, dude.
No,
I
right.
had to do that.
You're right. Our first episode, which you'll all come to find out later, is going to be a lost episode. We had some audio issues.
My fault. I admit it. The last 3 times it's been my fault. Although this last time it didn't turn out too bad. We were kind of saved. But anyway, I'm sorry. I just had to get that out. Go ahead.
But no, and then in this show we just talk about really whatever comes to mind. Usually start off with a topic, and actually I didn't even tell you what I was going to start off with. But
no,
hey,
and I didn't ask either. I wanted to be surprised.
I want to talk more about like what we were talking about earlier with movies and TV shows being recommended to you from other people. I want to know some of the best ones, and I want to know the worst ones, you know, and then wherever the show takes us from there.
Interesting.
Yeah, because we were watching just to get everybody caught up. We were watching an episode. Well, when he came in, it was season 2 of The Ranch on Netflix, and he came in. He hadn't seen season 1, so I stopped and we played season 1 for a while, and I told him that I enjoyed it. And you never know how that's going to turn out. So, I think it turned out okay on this one at least. But you never know. I mean, frankly, even the critics, you can't go by the critics.
No,
for
not
instance.
at all.
There's a lot of, especially comedies, I noticed, that they're like, oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's a ridiculous comedy that, it's outrageous and doesn't make sense. And, like some movies like Anchorman 2, for instance, that's what they're saying on that. But that's how it should be. It should be cheesy and crappy because that's how the first one was. And there's plenty of other ones like that. I mean, that's what you go to expect, and they don't understand that. But
I'm not even going to say anything about Anchorman 1 or 2. We're just going to move on past that, man.
Well, that's just a reference.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm not going to recommend it to you then.
Thanks. That's a good question.
But yeah, have you ever, somebody said you got to go to the theater and watch this, and then you walked out there like, I just wasted my money?
I know I have, but I'm trying to think of a specific time. I mean, I can remember of the movie Evolution from 98 or something with David Duchovny.
Yeah.
And a big group of us went. Your oldest brother was with us, and we went to go see that because someone had just seen it and recommended it to us all and said it was awesome, and I fell asleep in the first 20 minutes of that movie, dude. It was absolutely terrible. I mean, that was a long time ago, but, until I can think of something more recent, that's the first thing that comes to mind. It was just terrible. Well, I mean, I don't know if it was so much, I don't know, man. It was either the movie was extremely super bad and that's why I passed out, or it was because the movie was just half bad and other influences caused me to pass out. But again, this was in 98, so you never know.
Exactly. I'm gonna go on the reverse where I did the recommending, and it was in high school, and I was out with a couple girls that were my friends. They weren't anything more than friends. But they were like, hey, let's rent a movie. And, we go to the local grocery store here. And they're like, oh, what should we watch? I'm like, oh, you guys got to see that. Have you seen The Ladies' Man?
Oh, Drew.
And these were good girls,
Right.
And they probably would never watch The Ladies' Man. And I knew that.
Right.
But I wanted to watch The Ladies' Man.
Exactly.
And we take it back and we pop it in and we're watching it and they look at me like, what the hell are we watching? But that wasn't on purpose. I knew they wouldn't like it. I just wanted to see it.
Right.
Again.
Right. It's like buying a Christmas present for someone like you're like, say if you were to buy your wife a specific gift that would also benefit you and you happen to know would benefit you more than her.
Yeah, like a pair of size 14 Jordans.
Yeah, there you go.
Like just she could wear them. They'd be way too big. But obviously it'd be a better fit for me.
Yeah, obviously. And see, I mean, I can think of a couple like TV shows that have been recommended to me that just turned out to blow my mind.
Well, there you go. You can do that too.
One was Battlestar Galactica, the reboot series on Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
I was very skeptical because I grew up watching the original, which, I mean, talk about just cheeseball shit, dude.
Oh yeah.
But it was cool for its time. I mean, I remember just every week sitting there and all I wanted to see was the spaceship battles with them shooting at the Cylons fighting in space, you know. And Starbuck, you know, just Starbuck, dude, yeah. And then...
Oh, I love coffee.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait. I said, yeah, I agreed with you, and then after I agreed with you, I was like... Who was Coffee on the show? I don't remember a Coffee.
Starbucks.
Right. But I was skeptical, and then I watched it, and I was hooked, dude, right away. And they did the twist with Starbuck was a female, and I mean, it got way in depth, dude. Character driven, drama, storylines, all that shit, dude. It was awesome.
Well, I might have to check that out then.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think there's 4 or 5 seasons or something in a movie.
Is it on Netflix or?
I don't think it's on Netflix. I'm not sure. I know. Well, I know it. No, it's not. The original Battlestar is from '78 or '79 or whenever it was, whatever year. No, it was '81, '82 or something. But anyway,
it was before my time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was real young. I was trying to make me feel old, but I got a few years on you, so it's all right. But no, I was probably 2 or 3, maybe 4 at the time.
Oh, sure.
So.
Sure. Whatever. 10.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But another one is one that you absolutely love. About, let's see, 6 years ago now at work, a couple of my coworkers were talking about some show and just going crazy, hysterically laughing, rolling on the floor, dude. It was insane, and you know, I had to know what was going on, and I asked them, and they were, you know, you ever seen Trailer Park Boys?
Oh yeah.
Yep. And I'd never heard of it, and after work the next day or a couple days after, one of those guys took me to one of their buddies' houses to hang out for a little bit, and that dude had an episode of Trailer Park Boys on. I think it was season 2 or 3 or something. And I saw one episode. I went to the library after that, and I reserved every season that they had, and I binge watched them, dude, and just absolutely loved that show. So that's one that was recommended, and I was like, yeah.
Is that when you lived in Washington?
No, that was.
I'm surprised the library had them.
No, that was in 2010. The Dayton Metropolitan Library or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
yeah, it's a bigger library.
Yep.
But yeah, the Trailer Park Boys. That my cousin's girlfriend. When I was over there visiting my cousin, and she's like, "Oh, you have to see this show." And we watched an episode, gave it a try. Next thing you know, we're through like 2 seasons, you know, in one sit down. We're just and it's been a practical love affair since. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a great show. And I think the new season was a little overly produced. But I guess that's what happens when other influences come into play. Like Netflix, I'm sure, is influencing them to do it this way or that. Where, in all reality, if they had a $1,000 budget again, and they're making it cheesy looking and crappy like they did in the beginning, that's when it's the best.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And some of the new characters weren't like Candy, for instance. I really don't like her character, but that's my opinion. I'm sure there might be people that just loved her. So, but I don't know. It's it's an unbelievable, really just story of a show.
It really
I
is.
mean, when they do a true Hollywood story or whatever, true Toronto story or whatever the heck they want to call it in Canada, but when they do one on them, it's going to be amazing. You
Yeah.
know, that's to really be unknown other than in just Canada
Yeah.
and to be worldwide after after being nothing
Yeah.
for years.
And they pulled a Family Guy type thing where they were on air for 2-3 seasons or whatever. You short run.
Yeah.
Well, not even short, but the point is that they did a run, were canceled, and then years later they got picked up again.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was. I remember I started watching it. I can't even. It's probably like '09 or it was. It was right around in there. But anyway, maybe it was 2010. I don't know. It's been a while. It was before I was married. I'll
Right.
tell you that. And I've been married for 5 years. But anyway, they really have they've really came along with a good story, and every season you expect them to go to jail, and you expect them to
Mm-hmm.
do crazy, stupid things, but you also expect them to respect one another to a certain extent,
Yeah.
and they're not racist whatsoever, or they don't care what your sexuality is or anything like that. They don't care. They don't care how old you are. They don't care if you didn't get your what they call your grade 9 or 10
Yeah. Yeah.
or anything like that. They don't care as long as you treat them good, they'll treat you good type of thing. It's kind of a utopia trailer park style, and we're talking some really rednecked out trashy people.
I know. I watch it sometimes and stuff they do, especially all the gunplay, and I'm like, dude, I can't believe that's Canada.
It doesn't feel like Canada.
No.
Canada feels nicer than that.
Well, were you telling me once that they were so loud and out of hand in the trailer park they were actually filming in that they had to build a new one to film in, or
Yeah,
am I wrong about that, or
they caused a lot of damage and stuff to the other park,
I believe it.
and they wouldn't run it back to them, so they just decided to do their own thing with a rundown trailer park.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, but yeah, and now Mike Clattenburg's not involved with the show, and he was the artistic, talent, even though it doesn't seem artistic because it's very, very just brutal filming. I mean, it's just archaic,
Yeah.
and but but yeah, there's a certain thing to be said about that type of filming in mockumentaries,
Mm-hmm.
and and that's the thing. I mean, it predates The Office, even in the UK as a
Yeah.
mockumentary. It's the first, more popular, I would say, mockumentary there was. But yeah, there's something to say. Like in the new season, it just doesn't seem to really, the cameramen weren't really involved like they were involved tripping over the mic guy
Right.
and grabbing the mic boom and throwing it on the ground.
Ricky
And,
asking them for help when they're
yeah.
robbing somebody or something,
Yeah, like, here, grab a gun. They're
Yeah.
shooting at us. What are you doing? Grab a gun.
Yeah, we're stealing this. Help us carry it.
Yeah, exactly. Get that in. Come on. Get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the court scenes, when you say get the fuck out of the court scenes, and the one specific one where he's asking for permission to cuss, because he's like, can I cuss and smoke? Because
Yeah.
I'm all fucked up if I can't.
He's like,
I
if I
can't
can't
talk
cuss
right.
and smoke, then I'm fucked.
Yep.
It's like I just can't. My thoughts get all jumbled up in my brain compartments and departments, and it's like, and if I can't cuss and smoke, then I'm fucked. And then she allows it.
Yep. And he talked his way out. Well, he didn't talk his way out of it so much as threw the blame on Trevor. Was it Corey and
It is
Trevor?
Corey and Trevor.
Well, it's always Corey and Trevor
Yeah.
that gets blamed for everything.
Until later on, now it's Corey and Jacob.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah.
That is it's funny how he gets out of stuff, like the Jeff thing, and where he goes and the cops come up and he goes, don't you know Jeff? Or Jim. Jim. It's Jim. You know Jim, don't you? Because like everybody knows somebody named Jeff or Jim. So
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so automatically they're like, yeah. Actually, Jim is that's my buddy's dad. You know, it's like, yeah, that's right. You know, and the next thing you know, he's getting out of it, and like they're buddies and stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
actually probably the most genius thing that Ricky's ever done.
Yeah.
But
In out of all of the different ways he's talked his way out of
oh yeah,
police
I mean,
stops and stuff, dude, he's good at getting out of encounters with the popo.
there's always a fall guy usually. But
Yeah, Corey or Trevor or
yeah,
Jacob.
yeah,
Now,
exactly.
man, well, when you said The Office, dude, that was another one that was referred to me that I didn't think looked interesting, and then I started watching it like after 2 seasons or something. It had started, and then I started watching it, and I was like, okay, this is good stuff. Were you a fan of The Office?
Yeah. Oh, I really like The Office, even though like in the beginning, it just seemed weird because Steve Carell's part in The Office. You know, it just seemed real dry humor kind of. But then once you understand that he's got some kind of mental handicap to him or something, you know, then you just have to love him. Like
Yeah.
he's an innocent guy. He doesn't know any better.
Yeah,
You know?
he means well. He just doesn't have a clue, dude.
No, he just can't do it right. That's for sure. He is his own entity as far as personality in TV shows. That guy is
Yeah.
he's something special in that show.
Well, the first episode I ever saw was the drug test when Dwight finds the roach out in the parking lot and has everyone has to take drug tests, right?
Yeah.
And Michael talking to the camera about how he'd gone to the Alicia Keys concert. Alicia Keys, I don't want to say her name wrong because she's
Alicia.
got a wonderful voice.
Yeah.
And that was totally random. I just totally went off track with that. That wasn't necessary whatsoever. I don't really care for her music, but she does have a lovely voice. But anyway,
Definitely.
and he's saying how the chick next to him had a nose ring and all this stuff, and how they were passing a clove cigarette.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the first episode I saw, so I was like, okay, this is pretty funny.
Passing a clove cigarette.
Hey, she had a nose ring. So, I mean, he made it a point to mention that she had a nose ring.
Like that means something.
Yeah.
To him it does, though. He's a very straight cut type of guy.
Yeah.
You know. No, that's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
But no, another good one I really liked that I didn't watch until I got Netflix and binge watched it was How I Met Your Mother. Man, NPH in that. He was wonderful.
Oh yeah.
I mean, wonderful. It took him to a whole nother level. He was Doogie Howser for a long time.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden he was someone completely else.
Yep.
You know?
Wait, who's Doogie Howser? Exactly.
Exactly.
No, you're right. He was stellar in that, dude.
Which I'm shocked they haven't remade a Doogie Howser TV show yet.
I kind of am too, to be honest.
Because it could be a lot better now.
Well, he could be the dad now, and
that's true.
And I'm not trying to be like shitty when I say this, but I mean I'm being honest. The times we're in, he's gay, so his character could be gay.
Yeah.
They could have a son, and it could be about his son.
Yeah.
Is a genius as well, and becomes a young doctor, and so you would have the same elements as the original show of a young genius kid becoming a doctor and what it's like to be a teenage doctor.
Yeah.
And you also get Doogie back, and so you get to touch on him and what he's been doing since the original, and adding in the part of a gay family, a homosexual family in these times, and battling with all of those adversities, dude. Diversities, something.
Maybe we've already said too much. Maybe we should be writing this down and not talking about this.
Maybe. Now I got myself excited, dude.
Hey, this was my idea.
Well,
no.
It was our idea.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Like 75% mine. I mean, all you did was bring up in Neil Patrick Harris and How I Met Your Mother, and then
And then I
Doogie
said they should
Howser.
make.
Well, yeah, but I gave like the details and the groundwork for what it could be.
I'm just saying, it was originally my idea.
You are technically correct.
Yep.
I
will put you down as co-creator.
All right, thank you. That's all I ask. But I'm still trying to think of something that someone's recommended that turned out that I didn't like a TV show or something.
Oh, there's got to be something. They're like, "Hey, watch Grace Under Fire," and you're like,
"Oh wow,
oh wow, this is terrible."
Yeah,
you know,
awesome.
Something like that, you know.
I don't know. Well, Dharma and Greg actually, and it's your brother who told me that it was funny, and I watched it at his house for the first time, and I did not think it was funny at all, dude.
I can't say that I'm a big fan myself.
No.
I mean, it was on, and there was nothing else on. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
But it also wasn't good.
Yeah, it was just like a filler.
Yeah, exactly. It was a decent in between show.
Yeah, and there's a lot of shows like that, but I mean, I don't know. And see, my brain just ain't working right now because I know there's some good examples. That's a weak example, but it's the only example I can think of at the moment. Because I've seen so many crappy shows, but to think because when you see a crappy show, you forget about it. So I'm trying to remember which ones were recommended and which ones I just watched on my own and was like, this sucks.
One I totally didn't like was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that show sucks. Dude, Charlie is my favorite character on that show. He is so lovable.
He's actually the smartest person on the show.
He really is, which is not saying a lot whatsoever.
It's not at all, because his common sense, well, he just has a few pennies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible the way he fixes things and goes about things, but it's better than the other psychopaths that run that bar.
The Charlie Work episode, though.
Oh,
he was on
my favorite
the ball.
Episode.
It's probably my second favorite. I like the Wade Boggs episode, the Gang Beats Boggs record.
That whole season's
you're right.
Season.
You're right.
I like the dance competition episode where he gave up the bar on accident.
Yeah, because he couldn't read.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that comes up quite often. You think if they're really his friend, they would actually let's sit down and teach you how to read.
Right. But that's the
all
point.
Part of
they don't care about anyone but themselves.
Yeah.
Each one of them only cares about themselves.
I think Charlie cares about everyone else.
I think he does too. You're right. You're right about that one.
I really do, because he does all the stuff for them, and the only thing he wants to do for himself is try to get the waitress.
Right.
That's pretty much it. Other than that, if it wasn't for him, everything would seemingly fall apart.
Yep.
Because Dennis has the most off the wall schemes, and they all follow him. They all follow him.
Yep.
And of course, the Dennis system.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes I watch that intro just alone. Just that intro on its own, dude, because it's just funny.
Oh yeah. There's intros like my favorite for the Trailer Park Boys is where Mr. Leahy, they're playing street hockey and they shoot the puck through his window and it breaks the glass on his uniform, his retired policeman's uniform.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I remember the day I got that uniform. And then he gets all sad, and he turns around at Randy and says, "We're getting drunk tonight, Rand. Big time." and the thing about that is of course you got to watch the show. Is he's big time drunk all the time? So what is big time drunk to him? And the look on his face is like he is dead serious about it too. He's like, we're getting plowed tonight.
Yep.
But no, the intro to Dennis System, that is a great intro.
Yep. Yep.
It really is.
That show just is good on so many different levels, dude. It's so ruthless.
it's terrible.
It's almost disturbing, dude.
It's really, some of it's borderline shouldn't be on TV.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Like Frank getting out of that sofa.
Oh yeah. He's naked in the sofa.
Nobody needs to see that.
Oh man.
That was something though.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. He says, "Sew me up in the couch." It's like, I've done it before. I caught Charlie pounding off. It's like, what? You hide in the couch to catch Charlie pounding off? Like, what are you talking about? Like, then they sew him up in a leather couch of all couches.
Oh yeah, he's sweating like a pig, man.
He can't breathe in there or nothing.
Man, I always like I enjoy watching the high school reunion double episodes.
Oh yeah.
And just
well, it lets you in on how crazy Dennis actually
is. I was about to say, when he goes out to the SUV, he's like, I need my tools. He's like, I like to bind things. I like to be bound. And it's just, wow.
And then also how he's always talking about he was the golden god. And,
yes.
And like everybody's like, what? Like we just laughed at the things you said because it was stupid.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he had a complete breakdown.
Oh yeah, he viewed himself completely differently than everyone else, and
yep.
Oh, it was those were two great episodes.
Yep. For sure, dude.
Then Dee's in the in crowd, and oh, it was great.
Oh, and she was trying hard too, and she started out good, but then when they found out that that her and Cricket had some sort of sordid past, it was it then.
Oh yeah.
And then they found the ringworm on Cricket when they busted him stealing all their jewelry. And then they're like, D, you're out of here, you're nasty. And when I said that, made me think of the Gang Breaks D, when they convince her that she's like being really good at stand-up comedy.
Oh yeah.
And that she's flying to be on the Conan O'Brien show.
She's all gagging and dry heaving.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, dude. I love that stuff. The Nightman Cometh, obviously.
Oh, that's one of the best.
Yep.
That's one of the best.
You have to pay the troll toll to get in this boy's hole.
To get the boy's hole. It's soul.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. To get the boy's hole.
And Dee's just, I don't want to bang this little baby boy. No, you've got me in here banging the baby.
And then Mac's all like, okay, so for this rape scene. He's like, what? There is no rape scene.
Well, yeah, I come in and I get on top of him and I rape him. And when they actually do it, Dennis like, is that a boner? You have a boner, dude? That's just, yeah. And Charlie losing it the whole time.
I swear to God, I will punch a hole through your face.
Just losing it.
You messed this up. Oh, you bitch.
Yeah. Well, and he did that a lot in the Charlie's Work episode.
Yeah.
D, you bitch.
Oh, I swear if you mess this up, you bitch. Oh, you bitch.
Good times, dude.
Oh, and then you're wondering, what he's doing with that bar stool the whole time. He's slamming it on the ground and adjusting the feet. And
I thought he was just frustrated. Just,
he was
taking out some aggression,
Oh, it was wonderful that's what he was doing the whole time.
Yeah. That whole episode flowed so well.
Yeah.
Because then when the joke stool went down, and then Mac, who had been bitching at Charlie because Dennis takes all the credit for his ideas, goes, hey, Dennis, didn't you do that? Dennis takes the credit for it.
Yeah,
and Charlie had been blowing off Mac all day, and it's just how it all comes full circle. And when Frank painted himself in the black paint and sat down there in the corner in the dark with the cornet or not cornet, what are them things called? Is it a cornet?
It's a recorder.
Recorder, that's what they are. Which made me think about the Brown Sound episode of South Park.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Brown Sound. Makes you dump.
Yep.
What we were talking about the other night was a great episode of South Park. I can't even remember what it was now, but it was
Hmm.
South Park. Watching how it was made really opened my eyes on that. Like, they're making it that week.
Yeah.
Every episode's made that week, and it's on current topics, and they might not have the story or anything 3 days prior,
Yeah.
you know, and that's amazing.
Well, season 20 opener was about, had Kaepernick,
Yeah,
like about a week. It was like that week after
yeah,
and I'm just like, dude, that's awesome.
yeah. They're on it.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, I miss cable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, South Park needs to get on Netflix.
Yeah. Get Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Yeah, well, can't talk my wife into Hulu.
Yeah. Oh, well. They have Grey's Anatomy on there the day after it airs.
I know, that's what I said.
Use
TV
that.
shows the day after they air on the networks.
Mm-hmm.
But no, at least we have Netflix, I will say.
Yeah.
I'll take that for if nothing else.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, I'd say all right, so what is just one last question before we get this over with. What's your favorite show to watch right now?
Whether I've seen it or not, or new episodes.
What do you watch the most right now?
The West Wing.
The West Wing. Wow.
7 seasons, and I'm in the middle of the 6th season now. I've been binge watching it on Netflix for last week and a half or so. I have them all burnt on DVD, and I've seen this. I watched the show, the entire series, at least 2 times every year since it quit airing.
Yeah.
And that just, for me personally, that is my all-time favorite television shows, and I think it's the greatest drama of all time.
No, I remember watching it
it's
when
great.
it was on. It was a good show.
Yeah,
Now
but that's what I watch here
now.
now.
That you mention it, I might pick up and watch that.
And especially in the politics that's going on now, it's a lot of it does relate exactly to what's going on today. Because Aaron Sorkin was far ahead of his time when he started that show. He's always ahead of his time with his shows. But yeah, that's what I watch the most now. So,
Well, mine is of course, it's Trailer Park Boys.
yep.
I watch that all the time. But there's so many seasons and movies and live movies. I don't know how you want to classify those ones where they go do stand up and stuff. But I try to stick to comedies anymore just to keep it light. And I'm sick of the news and stuff like that. But anyway, but yeah, it's nice to talk about TV shows and stuff like that. There's some really awesome ones. And speaking of Trailer Park Boys, I don't know if you know, but at the end of October, we're getting eight episodes. They're going to Europe.
Really?
For eight episodes. So yeah, I'm excited.
Wow. And that's not the new season. That's just like a special 8-episode European special deal.
Yeah, the new season always comes out in March.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so
wow.
So this is just a halfway through the year type. Here's a little something.
All right.
But yeah, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Me too. Shit, man.
Well, thank you all for listening, and tune in next time. We'll be talking about a bunch of more random shit that really is probably meaningless.
Yeah. Which is the funnest shit to talk about.
Yeah.
It really is.
It really is. But yeah, all have a good night.
You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.